The most fearsome police operation in recent memory. From the sky and on the streets. Tasked to overwhelm and smother any hint of protest which swept across the CBD just 7 days ago. Today's show of force involved a warren of checkpoints, with 1,300 police essentially locking down Australia's biggest city, stopping motorists tens of kilometres away to check addresses and confirm why they were on the road.
What's the reason for travelling out today?
Frustrating because we're actually going to get vaccinated, but I understand that it's a ring of steel to stop the protesters.
That ring of steel clamping down our Iron Lady. The Sydney Harbour Bridge tunnel closed in both directions. The Eastern distributor at Moore Park, a checkpoint, created a choke point. And this was the snaking scenes of those heading southbound on the Pacific Highway at Gore Hill.
I think it's a bit ridiculous, Okay, yeah, they've got to, make sure people are not going to protest. But at the end of the day, people like me are affected because I have to go to work.
Taxis and Ubers also banned from picking up passengers, with an exclusion set up stretching across all four corners of the city, from Milsons Point to Edgecliff, to Zetland and west to Lilyfield. The only loophole was medical emergencies.
We don't apologise for today's operation. We've made it very, very clear that people should not go into the city and engage in activity like we saw last week.
Police had warned they'd be present. Today, they were impossible to miss. A staging point at the Sydney Cricket Ground crammed with car after car after car. And it was the same scene in Hyde Park, a rallying point for the riot squad, mounted police, plainclothed detectives and our men and women in blue.
Absolutely necessary, and I'm all for it.
But this man wasn't. He was strip searched and eventually let go.
So you're okay with what happened there?
No, of course not. Of course not. I think it's a form of harassment.
Police projecting their strength at train stations, patrolling Central, Wynyard, Town Hall, while in the heart of the barely beating city, pedestrians were stopped and checked.
The city's never been like this at all. Wherever you look, there's a police. It just feels like you're in New York again.
But there are signs that even this won't be enough to silence the critics and the COVID non-believers, with anti-lockdown groups already sowing the seeds for future freedom rallies.
There had been concerns that smaller groups would splinter off and protest in Sydney's west, but any attempts to repeat last weekend's violence was completely thwarted. 8 were arrested, 250 were fined. The Commissioner labelling today's unprecedented police effort a success. Georgie?